on YouTube.
Yeah, put it up already, waiting to get the notification. Are you live?
Should be. Yeah, it says it's live. Yeah. So we're going to go live on Instagram. It's kind of cool, right? 3, 2, 1. Let's go the other way. So you should see. Are you on Instagram?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Same.
Hello, hello, hello. Whoa, there you are.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm doing amazing.
Yes. Great to see your face. Always great to see your smile.
Always great to see you as well.
Yes. Let's see here. Man, you got me on this whole tech journey here. So I feel like
you don't know what screen to look at, right? Whether you're looking at
though, you made it so simple. Thank you so much.
Right. Easy peasy. Hello. Blooming all over. How you doing?
Shout out to Blooming
Stevie
all over.
P, what's up? Yeah, just hit me up. Let's talk. Just hit me up. So, if you're just joining us, you have joined the Tambor Party Sunset Sessions on Thursdays at 7 p.m. And we talk to various guests about Tambor Party and also our guests and what they're doing in the community. And it's always someone who's very special, always doing something a lot. And this week's guest is the one and only Kemi Bennings. How you doing, Miss Kemi?
Oh man, I'm amazing. I'm totally enjoying the day, staying in the moment, learning and flowing with life, man.
Yeah, the day is amazing, right? The sun. I went for a 3.5 mile walk today. It was great.
Oh man, nice.
Loved it.
Nice. Take time out. I'm learning to do that more, these days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those of you who don't know, we are actually on YouTube and Facebook right now, live as well. So if you're more familiar with Facebook or YouTube, then you can go there and just do a search on Tambor Party, and the live broadcast will be there as well as Instagram. So we're hitting all social media outlets all at the same time. It's called Tambor Party Technology. But we're making it happen, right? Making it happen.
That's right. Come on in the room, people.
Yeah, let's get going. So, Kemi, we go way back.
I'm honored to say.
Right. Yeah, and you know what's really funny? Well, it's not funny really, but it's an interesting story. I was going through every Tambor Party, the pictures from all the Tambor parties, because over the 15 years, every party's been documented.
Yes.
There's pictures of every party.
Mm-hmm.
And so, just going through all the parties, I couldn't believe it was 15 years, and it was getting kind of emotional. I'm like, where's all this time gone? And been doing this for all this time, and I don't have a Rolls Royce outside, and I'm like, what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
But The very first Tambor Party was in East Atlanta Village at a place called Sensi.
Yes.
And guess who was there?
Yours
Kemi
truly.
Bennings was there. You were there.
I keep my ear to the ground.
Right.
You know,
were there.
A whole bunch of, the technology as we know it today.
Right.
Yeah.
What's up, hippie? Hippie heathen? Yeah, I mean, wow. That's amazing. I mean, that really touched my heart. It really did, because fast forward to 15 years later, who do we see on the dance floor in the thick of it, still hitting the Tambor Party dance floor?
Yours
Kemi
truly.
Bennings.
I gotta be where it's at, man.
Right. Tell us. I mean, you've been someone that follows Tambor since the beginning, and anyone watching this, just take note from this remarkable. I mean, we're going to go into what you actually do in the community and stuff like that in a while, but just take note of someone like Kemi, who is consistently supporting the music in the Atlanta city for over 15 years. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Tell us a bit about that. Where do you get your energy from? Where's it?
Oh man. Well, I think that Atlanta speaks to such a remarkable time, with respect to arts, music, and culture. And so, we had already had like the house scene, but what Tambor Party did, it really brought forth the African drum in a way that was really dedicated to those rhythms, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And you carve that lane, and you too stayed consistent. And so it was just yet another powerful connection to the African diaspora, our roots, this thing that kept, calling us to the dance floor, to the circles, to rubbing elbows with folks, to shuffling your feet, to going home and practicing those moves. Okay. Right. So, it's just it really is a powerful intermeshing of what Tambor has, really contributed to the arts, music, and culture scene here in Atlanta. And then out of that, your experience coming from London and bringing that influence, which is also bringing your people, which is also bringing more DJs, which really helps to create this really unique melting pot called Atlanta.
Right.
Influences everything. You know what I mean? And how Tambor has really carved a unique niche in that and created a following that has really, I've had the opportunity to see it blossom and grow, and very diverse, yet very much so rooted in the African diaspora and Black people and Black power. Right. And to take it to a deeper level of spirituality, being able to somewhat practice what we preach, from the pulpit, if you will, i.e. the DJ booth.
Right.
And it reminds me of Ministers of Sound, which you were very much so a part of.
Yes, I remember that. Ministers of Sound.
DJs to ministers. And
tell us a bit about that, the Ministers of Sound. How did that start? Well, first of all, what is Ministers of Sound?
So Ministers of Sound is a unique photographic art installation that pays homage to DJs. It began really as a backdoor tribute to my late father. I wanted to pay tribute to my dad, and he wasn't a DJ, but he was a minister. And I felt like the arts, music, and culture scene is my ministry, and what a great way to pay homage to my father, as in a unique way that also parallel to my unique love for DJs and what I felt DJs have the capacity to do. And it is all about rhythm. It's about energy. It's about frequency. It's about synergy. And I think that the unique role and job of the DJ is just as much so important as the minister, or the parishioner, the shepherd, if you will, of different spiritual sects. So,
Right.
I just feel like the role of the DJ, and everybody, when you look across the culture, like the globe, like there is some dance culture, you
Right.
know, just like there are Black people everywhere. There's dance culture everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
What a powerful role of the DJ to choose to emit sounds and rhythms and frequencies that move the crowd in such a way that creates more unity and harmony, right? And it was interesting because while I was doing that project, doing a lot of research on some sounds and some pitches can drive people to rave, if you will, and even in DJs who orchestrate that rave, like you really have to be mindful of the energy that's happening before you. Right. So I really, Ministers of Sound is a nod and a respect to you all as DJs who really take the job seriously.
Yeah.
And how you utilize that, in your mission.
Yeah, that was such a powerful project that really did a lot for the DJ culture in Atlanta, because what it actually did was it brought the DJs together, who wouldn't normally have played together. Once you start bringing DJs together, there's a familiarity there, and there's a bond, there's a friendship. So it was developing a friendship, that wouldn't necessarily have been there in the first place if you didn't put that together. So my question is there going to be another one?
Oh man,
you got enough on your plate already, right?
And oh my goodness, as soon as I'm working on a body double, and as soon as I can get that, man, it's so much. I'm truly a vessel. I take that so seriously. I don't know. It's just it is another pool of DJs.
Right.
We just showed that exhibit probably a couple of years ago in association with Elevate Atlanta.
Blooming all over has said, oh, great question. Yes, please. Another one.
Yes. Yeah.
The pressure. The
pressure is on. Okay?
Right. Well, I mean, your projects are so inspirational. They're spiritual, and as I said, they're for the community. They bring people together. So this is what we do, Kemi. This is what we do.
I'm so
there ain't no, McFadden and Whitehead. Ain't no stopping us now.
Yes. Yes. I'm really so inspired. Like, the Atlanta community, it's really been like, we grew up together,
Right. Yeah.
And, just several different, we've watched Atlanta grow. We've watched Atlanta just kind of evolve, and, the impact that it's still making around the country.
Yeah.
People are still migrating to Atlanta. I think there's still a civil rights movement,
Right.
And, how do we corral that energy for a future forward? What does that really look like? For ourselves and our families. What are we creating? So I often ask myself that. I'm always in process.
My whole thing is as well is, sorry to cut you,
no,
but when you're putting on events or when you're a DJ, there has to be a message. You've got to be saying something.
Yes.
And I think that a lot of DJs or promoters or whatever you are in the business just want to put on an event and make it good and make it cool and make it this or that. But really, it's deeper than that. For us, you have to be saying something. You got to be standing up for something.
Yeah.
You got to be, promoting not just your party, but you're promoting community. You're promoting spirit. You're promoting good music. And for me anyway, that's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I feel like that's that really is the opportunity, and it's interesting because everybody's on their journey, right? And you didn't necessarily derive here like, okay, we had an opportunity to to derive at our journey, though we may have not necessarily veered off into like, oh, we just want to put on a party. But there are those that, okay, they got to put on a party in order to meet the person that says, man, what are you, what I'm saying? What are you playing? What, who inspires you? Or, digging a little bit deeper to ask those questions where it really plants a seed, and even, you can watch different DJs kind of evolve into, different, different music, or, much like myself, like finding house music and that being so reminiscent to, fellowship, to the church, to the hallelujah, to the ring shout, and it is our roots. So I feel like Atlanta, and just being in the South, has such a rich, proverbial soil, for folks to come here and just do them,
Right. Yeah.
And I think that it's unique in that way. And we have such a great community of artists and musicians that we are supportive of each other.
Yeah.
And I don't really entertain like a whole bunch of divisiveness and various things like that. It's just really about being on the mission of why I'm personally called here. And part of that for me is to inspire generational change, and to utilize the tools that I have to be inspired. I mean, oftentimes most of the projects you see is really a conceptualization, and then a courageousness that has to happen in order to see that vision through.
Right.
You know it. Come on.
Yeah.
Can we mention Egypt?
Yeah. Truth.
Yeah.
Facts. 100% facts.
Yeah.
Big shout going out to Lukumi people. He was a DJ in Atlanta, and I think you moved to DC, right? Lukumi people. I think he moved to DC, but he was a DJ in the early 2000s in Atlanta. So how have you seen the dance music scene change over the last 15, 20 years in the city?
I think I've seen things like kind of split off, different DJs and different formulating, different DJ kind of, I hate to use the word cruise, but it's not really cruise, but it's like, folks kind of gravitate toward each other and kind of break off and doing, different, different events and programs and all around it. So I think now it's like, we're seeing a bit more of that, where, which I think that's okay. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily see it as divisive, because I don't really, of course, I always keep my ear to the ground and hear some flutter of, sometimes, the divisiveness that exists. I just don't necessarily gravitate toward that, and I really like to inspire folks to do what they're doing for the heart of it and for the soul of it, and I think that there's room for everyone.
Right. Yes, of course.
There's room. There's really there's no competition. There's it's unity in the community. Okay.
Right.
There can exist unity in the community, and so I think that I've seen that. I've also had the opportunity to see, people.
New people coming in, right? New people coming in.
People launching off. All of that is welcome. It's called growth. It's called expansion.
Right.
And I think that's okay. I think we're all doing that, in such a way that we're making room for our families, and as well as our missions, our respective missions. So I think it's beautiful. Again, I don't really indulge in grandma would say naysayers.
That's not part. That's not what it's about.
It's not what it's about.
That's
but
not what it's about. There's enough. There's enough for everyone, as Lukumi people said. Made a comment. There's enough for everyone, because what's yours is yours, right? So there's enough for everyone.
Yes, what God has for you is just for you. I was saying that earlier today, and to that end, it's like it's room for everyone. Like Atlanta has sometimes like 6 lanes. Everybody can be in their lane. It's
Right.
okay. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody, I just urge everyone to support each other. And,
Right.
you know, before you go saying something like, have you checked it out? Have you had a conversation
Right.
with this person or that person?
Right.
Like sometimes, you know, we create things that are not necessary. It's just not necessary. And really, time is too short, Stan.
Right. Exactly.
You know, and let's be about the business of humanity, you know, creating and forging forth, you know, with power a future, you know, for arts and folks who you know want to be in creative arts, to making it viable for folks to live and to have afford. I mean, like we're, you know, at this point, like we have to make noise about what's happening in the community, what's happening in society.
Right.
You know?
Right. Of course. Of
Yeah,
course.
how can that's what I'm interested in. Like, you
Yeah.
know, affordable housing for artists and their families. I'm interested in that. You know, I'm
Right.
interested in an arts district. You know, I'm
Yeah.
interested in preserving
Right.
our
Yeah.
arts history here in
Let's take
Atlanta.
let's take it a step further than just a Saturday night. Let's make it a lifestyle, you know, and get buy-in on the lifestyle from the city, you know.
Yes. Yes.
Like Castleberry was like that back in the day, right? It was the kind of art district, wasn't it?
Yes.
So, you know.
Yes.
So I mean, you've got in your title on YouTube, Renaissance Woman, Creative Badass. You've got, how many brands do you have? The brand Sisters of
So Soul Sisters Juke Joint. We have
Soul
Evolve
Sisters Juke Joint.
Live, Be Sweet Good, Kick Ass Compassion.
Right.
Yeah, a few different things, you know.
Right. So I mean, it's interesting how you come up with these brands that really, not just for entertainment, but you empower people, you know, men and women. Do you know what I'm saying? You empower people to Carrot Dog. Is that one?
Oh yes, Carrot Dog. Oh my goodness, yeah.
Is that going back? I haven't heard of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the Sisters Juke Joint. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, Soul Sisters Juke Joint in the evening, highlighting local, upcoming, and independent female artists all over the country. It's a musical theatrical. That is a themed night where we integrate the work of independent artists and put it in a musical theatrical format. It began in 2002, May of 2002. And it's a platform for all female artists. So it's pretty dynamic. And again, it really is, you know, it's more than a show. Though it's a very awesome and engaging show.
Yeah.
You know, it's more than that. It's an opportunity for women, you know, to come together. It's an opportunity for sisterhood in really in immersive environments where we get an opportunity to be and rub elbows and see what comes up, and you know, have an opportunity to work together and support each other.
Right.
So yeah, that's Soul Sisters Juke Joint. The last one was 2019.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you can see that last show on soulsistersjukejoint.com, SOULSISTAS Juke Joint, JUKEJOINT.com.
Right.
And we did a virtual program of that where we edited and whatnot, thanks to the city of Atlanta.
Right.
And yeah, you know, it's really all about the vision. Almost every brand or everything I do, it really is about engaging community and bridging community. We did a program. Another brand is Musical Soul, which is bridging expat and local communities through the soul of music. And that was a program, at first international program, which was done last year in Playa del Carmen in Tulum, Mexico.
Right. Okay. Oh, awesome. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we did that. Brought Julie Desta down, partnered with some musicians down there. We did 2 shows. It was amazing. It was again. It was a calling. It was I had gotten back in town and I had a dream, and it was just like, yo, do that. And I woke up. It was probably, I think it was the 1st or 2nd of the year, top of 2023, and yeah, I just had the courage, like, let me just make the call, and being there in line, the momentum that happened behind that, and it was amazing. My whole team.
I mean, you don't just do entertainment. I mean, you're a real entrepreneur. You've got a restaurant, right?
Yeah, so Carrot Dog. Carrot Dog is a plant-based spin on the American classic hot dog. And we make a brine of like 16 different spices. It's literally a whole organic carrot. We grill it.
Right.
It has the taste and texture of a hot dog, about 14 different variations. We make a homemade ginger lemonade. Dessert is a carrot tart, which is a lighter version of a sweet potato pie. And
Wow.
bridging community, it changed community one dog at a time.
Right. So with all this going on, okay, let's drop in. Let's go deep. Let's go deep now, because I'm gonna go
Let's
deep.
do it,
Right?
man.
It's just inevitable. It's just a matter of time. Okay, 25 minutes in, let's drop in. Okay, let's drop
All
in
right.
and go deep. I know you're ready for it.
I'm ready, man.
Okay, Kemi, what makes
Yes.
you tick when you wake up in the morning? What do you think about? What makes you tick?
Lately, when I get up in the morning, I've been thinking about my mom,
Mm-hmm.
and thereafter, I'm thinking about blooming all over, and you know, that's kind of like occupying my thoughts right now.
Mm-hmm.
In transparency, um, you know,
Does that inspire you to be creative?
well, like it just. Well, first of all, I mean, I'm always in a space of gratitude when I wake up. You know, just gratitude for the day, gratitude for just popping my eyes open. So gratitude is just an overarching theme. Like you're just thinking about my mother and her well-being, and thinking about being in the moment, but also visualizing the future. You
Mm-hmm.
know, meditation and stillness and to grow and all of those things are very much so a part of my guidance,
Mm-hmm.
and so are my ancestors, the folks that I feel that are really totally connected to me. I feel like that we have a unique connection. People sometimes get a bit, depending on the spirituality or religious. My dad's I'm a PK, so I can talk about it. Um, you know, when we talk about ancestors, sometimes people feel a little like, "Ooh, what's that?" But I'm thinking
Yeah.
it really is about, if you know someone that was dear to you, that transition and passed on. Like, there's a kinship, there's a relationship that was had. You being able to think about them and think about the wisdom that they shared with you.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the impact that they had in everyone's life. Those are ancestors. And so
Right.
when I think about my father, and I think about my mentor, and I think about family members, I think about unique folks that was in the arts community, such as Margaret Carbo, Ken Beatty, and all of those folks. Like we have folks that right here in our own arts community,
Mm-hmm.
that has transitioned for the Rico Way, that Radcliffe Bailey recently. Like, so, these are folks that inspire us. And so, I think about um, my own personal mission to get another opportunity to continue to grow.
Right.
There's always a growth opportunity, like, even if it's just like little tweaks and nuances of our triggers or traumas,
Right.
we
Right.
always in a
Right. Yeah,
space
for sure.
of
So,
healing.
so at what point of the day do you, because you're an exceptionally creative person that not just comes up with ideas, but you put your ideas into action. You get them done. So at what stage during the day are you in flow state?
Man, all the time. It feels
All
like
the time. The questions, the ideas are just popping. Your mind's always going, right?
yeah, it's like I do so many things, like, during the day, it's like Lois Lane. I'm going in, I'm like, today I work with seniors and families who are navigating through dementia and various phases of dementia journey. And so, I had that clients today, and then I do meal prep for them. And so I did meal prep. And so, like, all right, then I shifted gears. I came home, and I was working on the flyer for the next Nourish and Bloom
Right.
session that's happening on the next week on the 11th on Saturday.
Okay.
And so
Right.
I came home and did that, just from a standpoint of sometimes I do feel like the to-do list keeps kind of stacking, and the only way
Right.
to really, to combat that is to get it done, right?
So do you feel, I mean, because the way I feel sometimes is that the ideas and the creative ideas come a lot quicker than I can execute. So at some point, I gotta implement a flow control. I've got a tap that says, okay, let me just close this off now, or let me just put it on trickle. Otherwise, if there was no tap there, it would be a blast of ideas, creative ideas. Do this, you can do that, do this, and there just isn't enough time in the day because my mind is just like sparkles and everything going off at the same time.
Yeah, it's much like you said, when's the next Ministers of Sound? And I'm like, oh yeah.
You would love to do it, right?
And yeah, sometimes I think you just, having a lot of gifts, just being able to just like, nurture a few,
Right. Yeah.
Just nurture a few, and also just realizing that, okay, being one person and building a team, to assist in executing that. And I think that's important as well.
Right. Exactly. And it's good that you have the help now, right?
It's but it's still just those times where it's like, wow, again, like, coming from Soul Sisters Youth Joint 2002, like a lot of tools, like I can, from PR and marketing to graphic design to sound design, video design, like so it's it's a process to kind of let those things go. And also it's awesome, like when we're doing Soul Sisters Juke Joint or theatrical productions, we're really bringing a team of folks together. I love working with teams. Teams is together, everyone achieves more.
Right.
And and again, working in a team is such an opportunity to grow, because everybody comes with whoever they are, whatever they have.
It's the village, right? It's the village. Right. Yeah. So talking of teams, what a great experience we had in Egypt.
Oh my God.
Right?
You say the best for last.
What a great experience we had in Egypt.
Man.
I mean, it was out of this world.
Listen, hats off to you and Jackie. Listen,
right?
For everybody that's listening, it's no small feat. You hear me? It's no small feat. For productions in general, but then productions across the world.
Yeah, the other side of the planet. 200 people. And Kemi was part of the team, just making everything happen. Yes. We kept everyone on their toes, kept everyone, going, and you had your own group. She was a team lead, so did an exceptional job. And so what was, just circling back to Egypt, what was one of the things that really came up for you while you was over there for the Tambor cruise in Egypt?
Well, man, first of all, I'm still feeling Egypt. Like, even when you say that, I get like, I feel like goosebumps or something, Last year for me was really about, I had done a great day in Atlanta. It was the 20-year anniversary.
Right. Yeah, I was there. The picture with John Kroon.
Yeah, exactly. And so Sue Ross, who is a griot and historian and photographer here in Atlanta, she pulled me aside and she said, Kemi, do you realize how much you have done and how much you have amassed in different projects? We really need to look up, and see your value. And not that I hadn't seen my value, but it's like, most of the times I've been like heads down, project from project to project to project. And it was so just inspiring and just an opportunity to stop and breathe. And at the same time, I was still moving. And at this time, you know, I was on projects before Egypt. So all of that had such a powerful role in kind of cultivating and stirring up this thing called value, really owning myself, you know, just really paying attention to what my desires are. It was really heavy, even more so into meditation and supercharged meditation, the things I was putting out there, the things I was, you know, felt like, you know, just around worthiness and deserving and all of these things. And man, Egypt just, from everything from just having a group and being inspired by the folks that we were serving, as well as being an inspiration to them and just being on that land. I mean, it was just such a 360-degree like experience. It was life changing. It was just, it was spiritual. It was like, and also just being aware. I'm grateful for spiritual consciousness and awareness, because it's like I recognize, even from every purge to, you know, what it was. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
This is a spiritual opportunity. You know, and an opportunity to release. And, you know, like, you know, just dance music being so spiritual in a sense, you know what I mean? And how it moves and touches and inspires you. Like, you could really lose yourself on the dance floor. It has happened many times.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so that's, you know, for me, you know, really, you know, working.
And I'm so glad that we experienced all that together. And so we can all relate to it. We've all got something in common, literally, for the rest of our life.
I mean, it was like a rites of passage that we did together.
Yeah.
Real talk. This was like a rites of passage. It was like if there was a Tambor fraternity or sorority, and we have been initiated and crossed over, like that is what Egypt, you know, is and was, you know, on that, you know, on the journey of Tambor Egypt.
Right,
and I have to thank you and Jackie again for that. And you know, it was capped off in such a way that it was totally unexpected and got bit by the love bug. So,
right. yes, of course.
Yeah. So, you know, just grateful of,
you
know, just seeing how Spirit's rolling this thing out. You know, if we can just be mindful enough and aware enough and courageous enough and faithful enough to, you know, grandmama say, let go and let God. You know, that Allah, Buddha, Olodumare, you know, all of the things. But, you know, truly being a vessel and truly allowing the wind to be beneath our wings, even when we're shaking in our boots, you know, for us to just, you know, trust, don't trip.
Right, exactly. So how can someone get in touch with you, Kemi? How can someone, I want to go to one of Kemi's events. I want to hear more of Kemi's poetry. We didn't even touch on that. I want to taste some of your food. How can someone get in touch with Kemi?
Well, there's always Instagram at Kemi Bennings, and there's also my website and my first and last name .com, and man, my Facebook is hacked. So, you know, any of you all out there, you know, help a girl out. Shout out to Sway. Sway has been on it bit by bit, so we just continue to put love and energy out there to Facebook. But I had my Facebook, so I don't know, probably as long as you and I have been friends, saying, you know, we signed up that thing as soon as it hit. Right. And somebody hacked my Facebook page. But catch me on Instagram. Catch me on my website. Instagram is probably the best place. You know, KemiBennings. Hopefully you see it on the screen.
Right. And where can when's your next event?
Next event is Nourish and Bloom at the Hammond's House Museum on next Saturday, May 11th at 11:11 promptly. Okay. We'll be doing the DJ sermon. Your fellow good brother Salah Ananse. Okay. We'll be doing the DJ sermon. Cool. Danielle Lyles Barton of Blooming All Local will be facilitating a guided manifestation, and Maimuna will be doing some therapeutic drumming. And you know, we just, you know, Nourish is really about healing. It's a moment to gather, hold space, and bloom. You know,
Right.
into this next realm.
Beautiful.
We're exploring 963 hertz, which is a direct connection of God frequency. So
That's
that's what we're
beautiful.
exploring.
Excellent.
Hmm.
Well, it's been great talking to you, Kemi.
It is always great talking to
And
you.
40 minutes has just gone so quickly. I mean,
Man,
we could keep,
Philippines.
you know how we roll. We could talk all day. So
My brother.
we just bounce around,
Yeah.
but I just really wanted to give you this time, this spotlight for us to just shine on you, just give you some love, give you some energy for everything that you're doing in Atlanta for the music and everything else, the arts community.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Kemi.
No, thank you, Stan. Thanks for, shining your light all across the world, doing what you do and promoting
Thank you.
unity.
Yeah.
And, really being a powerful example, from your home life and from relationship and all of those things, really being a powerful example. And just salute you. I'm looking forward to doing some more work with you.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at the next Tambor Party,
Oh,
which
man,
is
come on,
June
man.
the 1st.
Yes,
Our
yes.
future, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
nice new big venue for us. So we're loving it there.
Yeah, congratulations on that too, Stan. Congratulations on that. And the
Yeah.
radio program. Catch Stan on Wednesdays. Come on, people. Get it together.
Yeah.
RFG.
WRFG, yeah.
Yeah.
2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. WRFG, loving it, loving the radio,
Yeah.
connecting with the community,
Yes.
spreading
Yes.
the good word.
The good word.
I'm a minister of house.
Yes. You said, hey, Stan, in your video, you said, blessing them with the music.
Right, blessing them with the music. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Thank you so much, Stan. I really
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you.
Yeah.
So
and having
I
me
will see
here.
you very soon, and take care. Look after your family
Yes.
and your peoples, all your
Yeah.
peoples, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now.
Thank you so much.
Take
Tambor
care.
Party, Sunset Sessions. Thank you.
Sunset Sessions. Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be Sunset Sessions next Thursday with another very special guest. So I'll see you there. Keep tuned in. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace and love.